What's up, everyone? Marc Lobliner, TigerFitness.com! I'm making this video knowing that it will be my most disliked video of all time. Even worse than when I had the 4chan people coming at me. I mean, I think this one will get my most dislikes, and frankly, I don't care. I was gone for 3 weeks, off the grid. I did not have email, I did not have phone, I only talked to my family once, and in that time, you notice my videos now, I have some pre-recorded. It's like, you're watching all these videos. It's because I have videos that I filmed 5 weeks ago that I'm just now getting up because I filmed them planning on being gone longer than 3 weeks, double the time. So I got probably another 15 videos in the queue. And I want to keep this stuff updated to my new train of thought. And this is something I really need to address. And I noticed when I was gone for 3 weeks, I go online, and I'm not going to mention his name because he's actually a friend of mine, but he's kind of leading the charge in that there's a huge outcry against naturals who I believe are natural, who people think are not natural because they don't fit some fat-free mass index, and if they fit that, they don't fit the conditioning that a natural should be able to obtain in the real world. And if they don't fit that, they're too big. If they don't fit that, they're too fast. And there's always some excuse for greatness, whether they're on drugs or if they pass drug tests. It's because old drug tests, blood, urine, everything, according to you guys, DNA doesn't even matter. Polygraphs, I'll agree, they're bullshit, but these guys have passed multiple urinalyses, and I know those can be passed, but realize that this isn't the NFL, this isn't the Olympics. This is a bodybuilding sport where you're not getting paid anything, and most of the time you're paying to do it. There's very few people stupid enough to do that. And at the elite level, you're bound to get caught sooner or later. And you always put, well, Lance Armstrong was only 170 pounds. Lance Armstrong was a bicyclist. Lance Armstrong had a lot to gain and a lot to lose. More than a bodybuilding trophy or a $500 check from the OCB or the IFPA. I digress. So I come back. All of a sudden, the online coach Ray, who I saw 3 weeks out from his show, who weighed 155 pounds, and that's being completely liberal. He probably weighed 152 pounds. Not one sign of that guy in person. I mean, he didn't have a pump until he trained, and he ate. He was flat most of the time, and he looked good when he was training, but he looked like a gymnast when he wasn't. And that's with all due credit. I love Ray to death. I'm a huge online coach. The Online Coach Tube is his YouTube channel. Please subscribe to it. Ray's a good friend. I talk to him now. Now that I've been home, I've talked to him. You know, I've only been home for a week, less than a week. So Ray is, and Alberto Nunez, who comes in weighing at 5'9", 5'10", a monstrous 153 pounds on stage. He holds too much muscle to be natural. And it's not because of Pop-Tarts, so obviously he's not natural either. And then, of course, every elite athlete in every sport, football, baseball, basketball, hockey, badminton, you name it, they're all on drugs. I've had the privilege in my recent surroundings, as well as in life, to be around elite athletes of all calibers, from roller derby to obstacle course racing, to NFL football players, to professional wrestlers, yes, WWE, to professional equestrian riders. I mean, I can go on and on, to professional lumberjacks, to Olympic gold medalists in track. I've been around some of the most elite athletes in the world. At Dr. Stu's, I'm around elite college and professional athletes weekly, and sometimes daily. And the thing is, when these guys get beat, or when these guys see somebody better than them, they don't ask what they're on, or do they accuse them of being on drugs. Even though they might know it, they go, how can I train harder and eat better to beat that person? What can I do to be better than that person? They don't look at excuses as to why they're not better. They don't look at maybe they train harder, maybe they diet better. No. The people who complain, they look at drugs. It's got to be something inexplicable. And if that doesn't work, it's obviously BBC genetics. Genetics do play a huge role in especially bodybuilding, but as you've seen in my 120 article, I believe mindset comes before success. I believe mindset is what leads to talent. There's no scientific proof of talent. There isn't. Read Talent is Overrated. Plenty cited sources. But there is evidence that hours practiced equals success. From Bill Gates to Jerry Rice, we have proof. And I'm not saying that talent doesn't exist. I'm saying that that's a bullshit excuse. And I'm doing this video because I'm changed, man. I don't want to avoid something that pisses me off. If I inspire one person to get out of this blame everybody, blame every drug, blame everything rut that they're in, then I'll do this. I don't give a fuck if I lose subscribers. I don't give a fuck if I lose anything. I just want to make sure that the message is across that we need to stop looking at reasons why we're not as good as others and become better at being ourselves. Look, how to be great. You know, here's a couple things that I noticed about great people. NFL wide receivers, people who dominate obstacle course racing, professional bodybuilders, Phil Heath, Kai Green, their mindset, baseball players, martial artists. It's all about mindset. You focus on you and not your opponent. Kai Green, yeah, he wanted Phil Heath. He wanted to beat him so bad. And when you mentioned Phil in the gym, Kai would go harder and harder and harder. And same with Phil versus Kai. But at the end of the day, they were in the gym and they were in a battle to make themselves better. Because if they didn't get better, them willing themselves to be better is not going to make the other one weaker. They knew the other guy would be putting twice as much training and time in on it as they would. You got to train. You have to devote hours of practice to your time. If you have a child, you want them to be great, encourage them to hone in on their skill, on multiple skill sets that will help translate into their sport. You need to get their mind right. If you told me a few weeks ago that I'd be able to do things I can do now, hell, I'm running drills outside in the snow. I'm running. That right there is crazy. You know, I'm doing crazy things. I'm doing Muay Thai. Open your mind. The reason you're not making gains is because that you're not setting forth solutions to your problem. You're just coming up with excuses. Solutions are the answer, not excuses. One thing also I'm going to mention, I mean this in the nicest of way, and I'm not a do this because I look good, or I'm bigger, so listen to me, I'm smarter. I'm the last person to tell you that. In fact, big people are usually the biggest potatoes in the history of the world. However, the people crying about natty this and natty that, and the people crying about genetics this, genetics that, or he's on this, they're generally people who don't win in life. They get beat. They don't win. They don't look great. They don't have great bodies. I'll tell you what. Best natural pros. Marshall Johnson. Shredded. Core nutritionals athlete. 53 or 54 years old. Still bringing it. Coming in top 3 at major natural pro shows. Passing drug tests, which I'm sure you're going to say he cheated on. Because he's only 5'10", 150 pounds at 54 years old. Guy's a friggin' master poser. A masturbator. Just a great guy. Remo, Kareem Petaway, owner of the IFPA. He bangs. He gets it done. Again, not only does he pass drug tests, he owns a natural organization. NFL players. I'll tell you what, my biggest supporters going into my show in a non-tested organization were those guys. I had so many well wishes from those people, from Marshall, from Remo. The day of the show, the morning of, I woke up and I sure as hell, Remo was the first text. Remo came to my show to watch me because Remo's confident that he is great, that he trains hard, and he's not saying, oh, Marc is big because of this. Oh, Marc is this because of this. No. Remo sees a bodybuilder who's a friend. Generally, if you're great, I want to see people succeed. I want to see all those people hating on non-naturals, on hell naturals who they think are not natural. I want them to succeed. I want you to be the best you can be. I find pleasure and glory when other people get successful. You know, like Chris Jones, he's become really successful. I find the utmost just happiness in seeing people succeed. My brother's career, sibling rivalry, fuck that. I'm doing well for myself. I'm confident in myself. I want to see my brother make billions of dollars as a senior VP for a large corporation. I want success. I want to see you succeed. And holding yourself back by saying that someone's on this, who cares? Just look at you. Who do you want to look up to? Someone who's great or someone who's mediocre and blames greatness on some magical force of steroids and or genetics? We can't control what other people take. We can't control what other people do. We can't. What we can't control is how hard we work, how many hours we practice, and how we will our minds to do things that we thought our body could not do, that we thought even our mind could not do. That's what we have control of. So before you start pointing fingers, before you start doing things that are just a waste of time, look in the mirror and ask yourself, is this going to make me a better person? Is this going to make me better at what I do? Is this going to make me look better if that's my goal? If this is going to make me a better football player? Is this going to make me a better badminton player? Is this going to make me better at my craft? Is this going to make me a better family person? Is this going to make me a better business person? Is this going to make me a better father? If the answer is no, calling someone not natty or saying that someone is cheating is not going to make you a better person. Simply ignore them and focus on you and your immediate surroundings and how you can make them better and how you can be great. I've never felt better in my life. I've never been so focused, and I myself did the same thing when I was younger. I used to get jealous of people succeeding. When a buddy of mine would get a promotion, get a raise, I'd feel a tad bit mad, jealous. I'd be like, well, why are they getting that? Now, being a hater does nothing but make you mad, make you bitter. Use that energy, that happiness, that positivity, and the example that person set, and see what they did to move up. And guess what? In this society, we're innocent till proven guilty. We use the best testing possible in these sports. There are some douchebags who will pass. I get it. I get it. But that doesn't mean we should focus our energy on it and be negative. Let them be. At the end of the day, they have to look themselves in the mirror. And if they have kids, they have to look their kids in the eye and they have to tell them, hey, daddy's a douchebag. That's not something I could live with. And I know that's not something you could live with too. Take this advice for what it's worth. And if you disagree with me or think I'm just a piece of shit, please dislike this. And if you say you're going to unsubscribe from me, I don't want you here anyway. If I can't help you better your life, I don't need the clicks. I don't need any of this. I really want to help you guys. And I think that with my new outlook on life, I really think I have some stuff to offer. If you disagree, go ahead. Write some little troll comment like it piss or it sick or whatever else makes you feel special and move on. Or just keep trolling me. Whatever. I'll make it work. I'm Marc Lobliner, TigerFitness.com! Because having the mindset of a champion will take you to many places in life. Success, greatness, and self-worth. And that's not a game!